You picture a homeless individual and you have this image of them drinking the empty beer, laying on a cardboard box.
The population that we serve are the homeless of Waltham. I don't necessarily like to say homeless. I like to say people or adults experiencing homelessness. And we work with those folks who have been homeless for a number of years. In fact, we call them the chronically homeless individuals. And their needs are great. They are the most vulnerable of the homeless population.
We live in a time right now where the lower income bracket is growing. Addiction is growing and poverty is growing.
Living on the streets, it's not easy. I usually come here probably at least every day. And it's nice that they have the kitchen also, and just try and get connected with things and kind of move in the right direction.
We have people here who really need us on a day-to-day basis because we are the only place in town where they are allowed to come in. And I say allowed because the shelters in the area are dry, and most of our folks who are involved with alcohol and drugs are in the throes of using.
We kind of fly by the seat of our pants. We don't know what we're going to see. We don't know when people are going to come in and have needs or be in a crisis. So we have to be very careful with triaging and servicing our clients. Now, we provide them with a variety of services such as detox, health insurance, primary care physicians, therapists. I run a smart recovery group once a week.
So there's a variety of illnesses people present with, and we can try to get them to urgent care. So one of the main things the nurses and I do here is help people with foot care. We have a good clinic, the Charles River Community Health Care, and they have primary care doctors and all kinds of other services.
So what I find most rewarding about working here is it's a small pond, so it's possible to have a big impact organizationally and also with individuals, because we do a lot of obviously one-on-one counseling, and to see those impacts on people's lives, just sometimes simple words of encouragement, really just playing up people's own strengths, saying, look, you've done this, you've done these great things.
So we have several success stories. We have a lot with chronically homeless. The folks traditionally boomerang back. They keep coming back. We try to get them out and then they come back. But within that model, we have had several success stories over the last year. One is an individual who was homeless for several years who finally got housed. And she is in her own place right now through our relationship with Pine Street Inn Housing.
What I find most rewarding is signing someone up with an application for housing and then driving them to the landlord to sign the lease, and they're 50 years old and they've never been on a lease before. And they cry, it's pretty incredible.
The way we approach the work that we do here is based on the concept of hospitality. And we go out of our way to make people feel welcome when they come in. We expect that they will treat other members of the community with the same level of hospitality.
I try and do everything reciprocal. I try and treat people the way I want to be treated, and pretty much for the most part around here, especially the people that work here, it's returned in kind.
Homelessness does not discriminate. It does not wear a color. It does not wear a coat. It does not have a smell. It does not have a shape.
I mean, some of us here have made improper decisions and kind of helped ourselves along into homelessness and such things that go along with it. But I mean, we're not all deadbeats and drug addicts, alcoholics, and they were finding in this place a way to be helped out besides trying to do it all themselves.
What I have learned in the 2 years I've been in this role is that these folks are just like everybody else. They have needs and they have joys and they have stories to tell. They are complex, yes, and they struggle, probably more than most of us do, but maybe not. And they have hearts and souls, and I have found the people that I've had the privilege of working with, of being incredibly grateful. In all of the jobs I've done in my life, the folks here make me feel gratified.
What appeals to me about this center is that it is a grassroots organization. It was founded by community members and specific clergy, local pastors and ministers. So it had that kind of humble beginning, and to this day, it's funded by and large by individual donors. So it's not a government. It's not primarily government funded or primarily corporate funded or primarily foundation funded.
Okay, so there's some easy ways that people can help our day center, and that would be in donations. Of course, there's always money that we can use for operational costs, but other things that we can use are canned goods, clothing. What we love is when a company or local company will give us a call and say, hey, we're coming over, we're going to bring pizzas for everyone. Or someone last winter when we helped run the night shelter for the city, someone called up and said, I'm just going to make a whole big batch of meatballs for you. And those little things really turn out to be huge. So there are lots of ways to donate, and we have on our website some lists of hygiene items that we need as well.
It is amazing. We see some of the people in our lives that we write off that are struggling from this, and so I would ask you to have more sympathy and empathy and love.
Try and lend a helping hand for the people that can help out, and they'll probably be amazed by what they see and how they can help.